Hey everybody, it's me, Wendy, Crooked House Herbals. Welcome. Tonight is February 1st and we are in Alpena, Arkansas, and the weather has been gorgeous today. And we are going to finish our discussion. We're going to wrap up what we were talking about last week because I didn't get through all of the fun herbs that we were talking about. And then I want to go into some details on our detox camp idea and nail some stuff down for you guys on that. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Next week I will be in Idaho visiting my family, and my mother will be 90 on the 9th. So I'm traveling out on the 6th and I'll be there, but I will plan to do my live. It will be using my cell phone. The only problem I have is that the time is 2 hours earlier there. So I'm not sure if the dinner hour will play out. Like I'm just not sure what we're going to be doing at 5 o'clock. So I will put a live, I'll do a little video at some point on Thursday and let you know. We may move it a little bit later. I don't know if that's going to work for some of you, but if not, we will just have to postpone next week's live until the following week, till I get back. But I will do my best to go ahead and have one. It just might not be on right at 7 o'clock this Central Time, because it'll be the dinner hour in Idaho, and I'm not sure what our plans are. So I will keep you posted on that. Hello, Jan Baker. And hello, Carla. It's good to see you guys on here. Just for fun, I'm going to go backwards a little bit, and I am going to go over a couple of herbs that we had to kind of breeze through last week because we were running out of time. And I feel like they're really important ones for everybody to have in their toolbox, especially if you are considering, changing your life and adjusting things and detoxing, and they're good for longevity and anti-aging. All of us that are moving into that point in our life, which we're probably all there. Might be a few young ones with us, but most of us can use all the help we can get. So if you'll remember, I was talking about the herb cleavers. We were going through some of the detoxing herbs. Hey, Charlotte, good to see ya. And I want to go back and I want to talk about cleavers just a little bit more, because this herb, some things have come across my life this week. Some different people have contacted me with some different situations, and I wish I could have been closer, because I would have run over to their house with cleavers and red clover, which are the two I want to talk to you about a little bit more in depth. And we could have probably remedied their situation within hours. And I just feel bad that, I wasn't close. I couldn't get to them. But let's talk about cleavers so that you have it in your toolbox. And if you know anybody that is in a situation such as these, then you know what to do. First of all, let's talk about when you find cleavers and what cleavers is. Most of you probably already know what cleavers is. It's not the knife. It is that long, stringy spring herb that comes up. It's kind of like long grass, and it has little things on it, and they stick to your pants. They stick to your legs when you walk through them, and they get all over the dog. They're pretty easy to pull off, but they cling to you. They cleave, and that's where they got their name. And so this is a spring. This is an early spring herb. All right. It's not as prevalent in the summertime. It doesn't, necessarily like the heat of the summer. But, March, April, beginning of May, you can find cleavers pretty much anywhere if you live in Arkansas. So, Google it, get a picture of it in your mind. But let's talk about it a little bit about the benefits of cleavers, okay? It is an herb. It's a worldwide herb. It's found everywhere, but we have a lot of it in Arkansas, thankfully. It has a sturdy base. Like I said, it's kind of, it climbs. You'll find it wrapped around other plants and things like that because it's long and stringy. It can grow up to like 6 feet tall if you just leave it alone and let it grow. As near as I can tell, what's on me? I'm not sure what that was. I don't know too many animals that like it. My goats don't eat it, so I don't think it's toxic to them. I just think that it probably feels weird in their mouth. It's kind of rough, but I don't know. I haven't seen them eat it. So if it was left to itself, it could grow up to 6 feet tall, taller than me. It has small greenish little white flowers on it at the point where it's flowering, and it has tiny little bristles on the leaves. It's just tiny little leaves, and they have sticky things on them, and they cling. They cling to other plants. They cling to your pants. They cling on the dog. They're clingy. So it's very popular though, with herbalists because it is, it'll treat a variety of ailments. Okay. Its fruits and its seeds can also be dried and roasted to make a hot beverage that's similar to coffee. Although I wouldn't know that because I am not a coffee drinker. But I have dried the seeds and the leaves before, just to mess with it. Like I crushed them and tinctured them, and I was messing around with them. I use the whole plant though when I make tinctures, and I also make oil with it. Now just remember when you're making an oil, what is this? Oh, okay. When you're making an oil, you can only use dried herbs, okay? Don't use fresh herbs because there's too much water in the plant and it'll degrade your oil. You know how water and oil don't work anyway. So make sure that you're using a dried version of cleavers. And you can also make a really very effective tea with it as well. But it will support your immune system in a very, very special way. And it also has a very good, effective diuretic effect. So if you know anybody, and this is what came across my door this last week, if you know people that have got edema, okay, and serious edema, cleavers is one way to get the water out of them quickly. You would just apply them with cleavers. I would do it in a tea form. It's just easier to get it down them. Tincture would work, but it's an antispasmodic. It's an anti-inflammatory. In addition to research on cancer, cleavers has also been used on skin conditions like psoriasis and edema and eczema. Okay, so it's been around the block. They're using it more and more in certain cancer arenas, as well as your skin problems, the psoriasis and the eczema, which seems to be rampant. But we all know what causes most of that, don't we? Okay, let's say this. Immunomodulators, say that fast 10 times, 5 times even, are bioactive substances that support the body's natural defenses. in fighting like precancerous cells and that kind of stuff. So according to the American Cancer Society, immunomodulators are a group of drugs that mainly target the pathways that treat multiple myeloma and a few other cancers. They have many ways to work, including working on the immune system directly by turning down some proteins and turning up others. Okay, cleavers has been known to act as an immunomodulator by promoting the proliferation, it's a lot of big words this late in the day, of lymphocytes, okay? A type of white blood cell. The long and the short of it is, this is a great herb if you have got anything going on with your lymph system, okay? If you have lymphoma, if you have things going on in your lymph glands, if you've got a lot of congestion. Also, if you've got like urinary tract issues, cleavers is great. So let's see what else. I wrote a couple more notes down here. So it works on producing that a certain kind of white blood cell that is very effective against the cancer cell reproduction. Okay? So, in addition, studies on 2 human tumor cells, MCF7 and CACO2, demonstrate the ability of cleavers extract to inhibit cancer cell growth through programmed cell death. The word for that is apoptosis. And it basically is programmed cell death. It just kills a certain cell. Okay? So, again, this is the sticky plant that grows in the field. Okay? It's amazing. That's why I wanted you guys to know a little more about it. Another one, too, looking at isolated effects in the lab can't always predict what will happen in the human body. However, these results are promising for the future of breast and colon cancer. They've been eyeballing cleavers for both of those types of cancer. And it goes in a little bit to how it deals with psoriasis, which is basically, they like to tag it as an autoimmune disease, but whatever's on the outside is coming from the inside. And we've got, it's an inflammatory condition, okay? So cleavers is a serious anti-inflammatory. And it makes sense that this herb would help reduce psoriasis flare-ups or eczema flare-ups. Herbalists tout the benefits of cleavers for additional uses, although these, would probably vary from person to person. One of them is gonorrhea. Believe it or not, cleavers was once believed to cure gonorrhea. However, today's antibiotics are far more probably, they're more prevalent, and, everybody has insurance, so why not just go take antibiotics, right? Personally, I'll go pick the cleavers and do it my way, but I'm getting kind of stubborn on that these days. Let's see. Making sure. Hi, Connie. Hi, Tina. Make sure I am having a little bit of trouble with my computer, and I think I know why now. Not positive, but I think one of my subscriptions might be up. That's exciting. Okay, there's no official standardized guidelines on dosing for herbal remedies. We know that. There's very little standardized stuff. But that's the beauty of it. That's why we can still do it. That's why we have the freedom to do it, because they can't standardize it and they can't control it. Everybody can grow herbs. So, So they can't regulate it, because, you can grow them in your backyard. So there it is. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about where was I? Right here. Skin ulcers, burns, acne. Cleavers is believed to have a cooling effect on the skin. Reduce the size of leg ulcers. I'm not sure what a leg ulcer is. That must be an old school something. Let's see if I have any messages. Anybody message me yet? Because I'm having a little trouble with my computer. It's on, and I'm on the Facebook. Okay. If you think about it, one of you guys send me a message in Messenger, and I'm going to see if I get it, okay? Okay, my big thing with it is the swollen glands. You know, I have just been noticing lately that there's been a lot of extra chemtrails in the sky, and we know that our weather's been manipulated and that stuff's been going on with the weather. And it's directly affected by what they're spraying in the air, I'm sure. But there's something going on out there that makes my throat sore. When I go outside, I get a sore throat. And so I came in the other day and I just decided, well, you know, maybe I should drink some Cleavers. So I made myself some Cleavers, red clover, and a little burdock, and I made it into a tea, and I drank it. And then I took some elderberry syrup, and you know, I was good. It's actually not that. It's not a chronic thing. It's just when I go outside, I get this weird sore throat. And it's not every day. It seems like it's when the sky is filled with lines. So, you know, logic dictates, and I'm thinking, maybe I should connect these dots and figure out that maybe something that's up there is bothering me in here. So, we've talked about it. We've talked about it for 2 or 3 weeks now, about the fact that we live in a toxic world. And it's coming at us from all angles. Let's see. Okay, I got your message, Charlotte. Thank you. Okay, so that is an easy remedy. If you've got some dried Cleavers and you've got red clover and such in your cupboard, you could go over, you just make yourself a nice strong cup of tea and you drink it and you let those herbs go to work. You know, I didn't feel any different, but I did feel better and my sore throat went away. You know, some honey and lemon or whatever. But it was just irritating. It was an irritating sore throat. I don't know if anybody else has been bothered with that, and normally, you know, the chemtrails don't really bother me that much, but lately they've been pretty bad up here, and I've been feeling it. Get kind of a scratchy throat. Okay, so swollen glands. Cleavers is associated with springtime and moving away from the heaviness and stillness of wintertime by reducing swollen glands and fluid buildup. So we've talked about that in the terms of edema. If you know anybody that's got an edema issue, Cleavers, okay? Swollen glands, fluid buildup, Cleavers. Urinary tract infections. The alternative medicine for bladder infections is Cleavers. It's anti-inflammatory, it's very cooling, it's a diuretic, it'll get things working again, and it's completely and wonderfully safe. So think about Cleavers, okay? It's gonna be springing up its head pretty soon. I don't know about you guys, but our temperatures are warming up, and I think my plants think it's going to be spring soon. I've been looking at my trees, and they're already trying to bud, and I'm thinking, ooh, guys, you probably need to wait just a little bit longer, but it's pretty warm out there. Okay, Cleavers is known in herbal circles and botany bands as Galium aparine, and it's one of the weedy favorites for moving lymph, clearing skin, and reducing swelling, such as those associated with sore throat, tonsillitis, cancer, leukemia. Okay, think about it. That makes sense, doesn't it? If you've got these other issues, getting the lymph out, removing the inflammation, moving that stuff through your system and getting it out of your body is exactly what you need to do. It goes along with detoxing. That's why I put cleavers in the mix. Because if you're going to detox, then you're going to want to do all of it, right? You're going to want to get, and sometimes when you do a decent detox, you need to do that extra for your lymphatic system. Just like you need to do a little extra for your liver. Same thing. Okay, let's see. You can actually juice cleavers too. It's juicy enough. You can juice it, maybe with a few other, juiceables. Throw some cleavers in there. It's actually pretty good. Okay. Let's see if that's all I wanted to run by you. Have any of you guys ever eaten the wood sorrel that comes out in the spring? It looks like little 4-leaf clovers or like 3-leaf clovers, but it's close to the ground and it's around in the wooded areas usually. And when you eat it, it kind of has this sour taste. It's really good. I love it. Kind of like, what's that stuff that grows by the water? Ooh, I'm having a brain cloud. Watercress. Okay, so you know how watercress sort of has that soury taste? It's really good, but it's got a definite zing. And wood sorrel has that same kind of zing. I love that stuff. Well, cleavers kind of has a similar zing. So it's not bad at all. It's really good. I like to put it in iced tea. It's delicious. Okay, let's see. I don't think it's known as sour grass, but we could look it up. Somebody wants to look it up real quick and let us know. But it is really tasty. I like it. You could also actually, if you really wanted to get creative with it, like make a vinegar with it. That would be kind of neat too. Cleaver's vinegar. All right, so it works like a champ, helping my system to clear away the debris, even amid the summer's heat, so I can soak in the late summer healing and feel revitalized fast. That was somebody's testimony about cleavers. Okay, so just put that on the back burner in your head, because I think that we're going to want to add that to our detoxing mix. Now, let's talk a little bit more in depth. Got papers everywhere. Okay, about red clover. Oh, looky. Oh yeah, there's the wood sorrel. Wood sorrel is so pretty and it's so good. If you guys find it, it does. It looks like little clover. It's got like heart-shaped leaves, and it's really delicious. It's so good in salads. I had this retreat one time at my ranch when I was living down in Royal, and we tried to make most of the meals with things that we would forage from the 20 acres I lived on. And we made a salad one day with all of the stuff that we would forage from, and it was early spring. It was the first part of April, and we found wood sorrel and cleavers and all kinds of really yummy stuff, and made this delicious salad. Chickweed, plantain. It was really good, and you felt really good after eating it. It was delicious. We made a salad dressing with squeezed lemon and just a little honey, and put that on it, and it was delicious. It was so good. So I recommend that. Anyway, my papers are a little messed up, so I'm just going to go with what I got here, and let's see where we end up. All right, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about red clover for the same reason. We didn't really get to cover it too much in depth. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody's stuff. Okay. Red clover. this is a very proven herb, okay? And it's very easy. You know, you could just go buy a bag of red clover seed and throw it out there in the, like right now would be a really good time, and let it take root. And it's a great cover crop. It's a great first spring type, you know, grass. And then just, you know, let it come up. Don't mow it. I know it looks a little shaggy, but, you know, get those red clover blossoms and then cut all that down, and you'll have a good supply for the year if you do it that way. Research shows that adults taking red clover often experience overall improved satisfaction regarding many different symptoms of aging compared to placebos and even conventional medicines. Over the past decades, red clover has come to be known as a top healing herb as well as herbal supplement. So let's talk about what some of those benefits are. Trifolium pratense is its Latin name. It's very, very safe. It doesn't interact with anything else. So it's a definite win-win. Okay, let's just talk about a little bit more about what it does. Very immune boosting. And it has very positive hormonal effects. So women should drink lots of red clover tea, especially if you're postmenopausal or even in your menopause stages. It's very, very balancing, and it's not extreme. It's not going to pump you full of estrogen or any of those things. It's just naturally balancing, okay? It's a tonic herb. It comes up in the spring, and you really won't see red clover into the heat of summer usually. It unless it's in some shady areas, you know. And don't stop off if you live in Hot Springs along the bypass and pick that stuff. That stuff is been sprayed, and you know, cars and exhaust and trash and who knows what else is in there. There's a ton of it in those medians, but that's no, don't go there, okay? Maybe some pasture lands around the surrounding areas, you'll find it. I've actually been known to hop fences in the night and pick some sometimes, but you didn't hear that from me. Okay, the red clover plant actually belongs to the legume family, which I think I told you last week, like peanuts and beans, okay? That's why animals love it so much. It does have a percentage of protein in it. You know, people always say, you can't get enough protein if you're on a vegetarian diet. Well, actually you can. There's plenty of protein in plants and tubers, and, you know, there's plenty of protein. You know, I'm not saying not to eat your meat or, you know, get your protein however you feel most comfortable doing, but I would definitely go with animals that have been grazing on red clover or alfalfa or protein-rich grasses before I would buy something from the store where those animals have been pumped full of processed grains and vaccinated and basically GMO'd to death. And whatever they eat, you're eating. I don't know how you cannot know that, but some people don't get that. I remember when I first started teaching school, and I was shocked at how big these middle schoolers were. They were huge. And like the 6th graders had bras on, and, you know, I mean, it was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I realized they're pumping them full of milk. They get these little cartons of milk and all this stuff, and they're drinking milk all the time. They're eating stuff that has been genetically modified and just full of hormones. Milk is the worst thing because it is, you know, whatever comes out of the cow is going into you, and whatever went into that cow is coming out of the cow, plus stuff. because they'll pasteurize it and then they'll put all kinds of stuff back in it. So if that cow has had hormones shot into it, which they do, your milk is now filled with hormones. So yeah, it's going to mess you up. And it's going to make things bigger. And it's going to bring on, puberty faster. And just all that stuff. It's a good trick. It's very clever. But it's not the way it's supposed to be. I would definitely stay away from milk from animals. And did you know that we as humans are the only species that drinks milk from some other animal after we're weaned? No other animal, no other species does that. They use the milk from their mothers until they're weaned, and then they don't drink milk anymore. I don't take cow's milk out to my goats. I don't feed my dogs milk. My chickens don't get milk. We're the only ones. Where did that come from? Okay, back to red clover. It is also a natural diuretic. It'll increase the urine production and balance the fluids in your body. So again, it's a very balancing herb all the way around. Teas, tinctures, I would recommend those kinds of applications before I would recommend capsules, but capsules are okay as long as you know for sure, what's really in there, okay? Because you may be getting some other stuff you weren't bargaining for in your capsules. You just have to be really careful with that. It will improve your immune function greatly. Get rid of excess waste. Get rid of mucus. It'll act like an expectorant if you've got a lot of mucus in there. So that's why I made the cleavers and the red clover tea. I put those two together. It's awesome. It clears you right up. And toxins that it can accumulate in the body. Additionally, it may help support functions of your liver, your lungs, your skeletal system, and your digestive organs. All of those benefit from red clover. It's been known to boost the health of not only skin follicles, but also scalp and nails. So if you've got issues with your hair and your nails, or your skin is weird, whatever, try including red clover in your regimen. I do have red clover tea. I do have red clover tincture. I use red clover in my skincare products. I use it in my respiratory tincture. It does help fight respiratory infections. It's used for prevention and treatment of respiratory conditions like whooping cough, colds, asthma, bronchitis. This can help reduce discomfort due to illness. It helps loosen up the phlegm. That's why it's really good. Like I said, I put it in my respiratory tea and I put it in my respiratory tincture for that reason, because it helps break stuff up along with mullein and the cleavers. Okay. Boosting your immune system. It's right in there. It's a good little herb, and it's so easy and it's so inexpensive to just put in your yard. It will help prevent infections, and the way it does that is because it's a very serious antioxidant. So it neutralizes free radicals in your body, and again, that goes along with aging, aging well, having a healthy age, extended life, longevity. It's also a very, very concentrated vitamin C additive. So that's one way that it helps boost your immune system. That's what makes it such a good antioxidant. It's got a lot of vitamin C in it. So it's really good for people, but I'm really happy that I have it for my animals too, because it helps keep them well. I was really excited when I moved here and I found out that I had red clover and white clover growing everywhere here in my yard. That's why I told the guy not to mow. He thought I was crazy. And I said, no, please don't mow. Don't mow. And he was like, okay. So it was like up to my calves when I finally moved in. It was like almost up to my knees. But then I got out and took what I wanted, and then I mowed the rest. But it's good. Prostate cancer has responded well to red clover, and it blocks certain enzymes and certain proteins. Let's see, what else can I tell you? There's quite a few cancer studies if you really want to look it up. Another thing too is, and I get this a lot from people, how can I lower my cholesterol? Red clover. Red clover is a good one. Okay? It'll keep your cholesterol down where it needs to be. It'll help improve your blood circulation. So that your blood pressure regulates. You know, between cayenne pepper and hawthorn and red clover, you shouldn't have any blood pressure issues. Nice thought, huh? It's, again, an excellent detoxifier. Why? Because it moves all this stuff in and through your system and right on out. Excess water, excess toxins, excess mucus and phlegm, all that stuff, okay? Virtually no side effects that I can speak of. If you're on a lot of medications, you may want to check with your doctors first, but don't expect them to really know much. I'll just put it out there. Most of them don't really know much about herbs. And, you know, they might pat you on the head and say, okay, or they might say, no, whatever you do, don't take any herbs. So it just depends on where they're at with that. And, you know, I would recommend that you do your own research. I'm sure if you're on medications, you've got the names of them. You can get online. You can find out if there's any constituents in any of these particular herbs that would, you know, bother. But I know for a fact that red clover isn't going to, if you're on standard medications like blood pressure medicine or, you know, blood thinners or even inhalers and that kind of stuff, red clover is not going to, it's not going to have any problems with those. It's not going to interact. The only thing, you know, the only medication that might be a little bit of a flag and you may want to consult on is if you're taking hormones, if you're like, you know, on some kind of a hormone replacement or whatever, because it does regulate your hormones and balance things naturally. So you might have to like maybe decrease some of the stuff you're taking or something like that. But if you have a homeopathic doctor or a naturopath, or if you've got, you know, just somebody that's with it enough to know, okay, well, yeah, if you're gonna do this, then let's just cut you back and, you know, we'll monitor your blood level and see where you're at, and, you know, they'll work with you on it. It's not a medication, but it does work. Okay, it's an herb. Let's see. Anything else about this? It does help with menopause symptoms very much. I'll tell you another thing, ladies. If you're having menopausal symptoms, I'm just going to tell you one of the best things that you can do is maca. M-A-C-A. It's a root. It's from Peru. It kind of tastes like dirt, but I'm telling you, when I started getting, this was years ago, when I started getting hot flashes, and I knew that my mom had like gone through hot flash city for, I don't know, half my life, it seemed like. I thought, oh no, I'm not doing that. I cannot do this. This is horrible. And you know, the whole leg shaking thing. Let's see, what did you say? Sprouting red clover, my cholesterol is 50 points, 6 months on hawthorn. Ooh, Charlotte said her cholesterol has lowered 50 points in 6 months using hawthorn, taking my hawthorn tincture. Good job. And our other question was, do you get the same benefit from sprouting the red clover? Yes. Sprouting red clover and putting it in your food, eating it in a salad. Yes, it's delicious. Okay, so back to my menopause thing. So I immediately just started doing the research. I thought there's got to be a way. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this shaky leg thing in the night. I'm not going to be all sweaty and yucky all the time and all the other things that happen. I found maca. And so I ordered some because I couldn't find it anywhere else. And I took a teaspoon of maca powder in, like, sometimes I just used water if I was in a hurry, or some juice or whatever in the morning, stirred it up, drank it down. Like I said, kind of tastes like dirt, but hey, I'll go with it. In 3 weeks, actually it was even less than that, maybe 2 weeks, I had no symptoms. So I just faithfully took that maca powder every day. And I took it for like 18 months, about a year and a half. And I had no symptoms. I had nothing. I had no menopausal anything after that. And so I thought, well, I wonder if I should go off of it and see if I'm okay now. You know, maybe I've normalized things, and I've got, in the meantime, I was drinking red clover tea, and I was, you know, doing some other things for my body, detoxing and such. And sure enough, I stopped taking it, and I'm good. I haven't had any menopausal things, except for I just sort of have this menopause belly, I call it, but I'm working on that too. The rest of my body is fine. I just have a belly that I never used to have before. So I'm working on it. We've all got our cross to bear, right? In the meantime, life goes on, and we'll just keep going. But my skin was improving. I had energy. I was working at Job Corps at the time. I had plenty of energy. I had my farm. I had my herbal business going like gangbusters and felt great. And I slept at night. I didn't have those horrible nights anymore. So, maca. If you've got issues, take maca. Okay. I would definitely recommend sprouting. Any of these herbs would be nice sprouted. But the grasses are really nice, and they do juice well, and they also are just great to eat. Okay, red clover. Studies have shown that red clover benefits arterial health, reduces the risk of arterial sclerosis, hardening or thickening of the arteries, boosts circulation, can manage high cholesterol, and may even prevent coronary heart disease. Part of the reason for that too is because it has very high vitamin C level content, which is so good for you. And you know, it used to be, back in the day, we ate a lot of vitamin C rich foods. Nowadays, it's hard to find any. You know, it's hard to find food that you can trust is really real, for one thing, and that is not either so old because it's been picked green and trucked all over the place or whatever. You're just not sure, you know, about what you're eating anymore to get those benefits. That's why I recommend the pine needle tea. You want vitamin C, that's the best way to get it. And the pine needles are there. You can see them. You pick them off the tree. You use green ones, okay? So you have some assurances there. With the stuff in the store, you just don't know. You know, you could eat a bag of oranges and you wonder, I don't even know if this cures scurvy, because I don't even know if it's really real, you know? May lower the risk for certain cancers. Why? Because it's a blood purifier. That's one thing I really love about it. I have a formula I call Clean Blood Tea, and it's got a lot of red clover in it, but red clover purifies your blood by removing all the toxins, all the bad stuff, and it doesn't just loosen it up and stuff, but it moves it out. So, The types of cancer most likely impacted by red clover are those related to hormone changes, obviously, such as prostate, breast, and endometrial cancers. On the other hand, there's still more to learn about it, and they're doing some other types of cancer researches. Also, skin issues. Because it's anti-inflammatory, the isoflavonoids may help slow down the signs of aging on skin, as well as lowering inflammatory skin conditions like psoriasis, eczema, and various rashes. Okay, one more thing on it, and then we'll move on. Well, the other thing, too, that I wanted to do, because we are talking about aging well, is that red clover will help strengthen your bones. There's a calcium content in red clover as well. So your bones, it will help strengthen your bones. I put it in my children's tea, which is what I was giving my mother to get rid of her osteoporosis. And it's got oat straw. It's got things in it that are natural forms of calcium that your body will actually assimilate instead of just, you know, it'll take it in, but then it doesn't use it, and it ends up just lodging in like weak areas of your body. You end up with arthritic conditions and stuff like that. But you want minerals to assimilate, your body to use them, and whatever they don't use, flush out. So red clover is one of those that would help with strengthening your bones. UV protective, collagen boosting, wound healing potential. It's all good, isn't it? From pretty little red clover. There's this International Journal of the Society of Gynecological Endocrinology. Man, they make it tough for you, don't they? They explained that an unexpected result of the Women's Health Initiative study was that researchers realized most conventional hormone therapy treatments given to menopausal women came in with unwanted side effects. And red clover doesn't have any. Okay. Can help maintain bone strength. Again, it's got the isoflavonoids. And, you know, a lot of the bone loss and the issues that we have as women is due to our hormonal changes as well. So again, red clover helps balance that. It's a win all the way around. I expect to see a run on red clover. It's a good one. Okay, let's move on to a couple herbs that I didn't get to talk about last week. One of them is horsetail. Anybody know what horsetail is? Horsetail grass. You can usually find it by the water. It's another amazing, like, ooh, I had no idea herb, okay? The impressive benefits of horsetail include its ability to boost immunity, reduce inflammation, increase cognitive function, and relieve respiratory issues. It also helps soothe the skin. I put horsetail in my 7 Years Young. It protects bones, promotes oral health, and aids in detoxifying the body, managing diabetes, and promoting hair. Now, who doesn't want any of that if you're 50 and older? Horsetail is a plant with the common name Equisteum, which is the last remaining, you know, that's where we get our word equestrian, horse, you know. Last remaining species of the genus of that name. It's also known as puzzle grass. The remaining members of that genus have gone extinct. So this is truly a blast from the past and has some unique characteristics to go with that great backstory. Okay, they are defined as a singular vascular shoot that forms the main stem, and the leaves are largely non-photosynthetic. Furthermore, they reproduce via spores, not seeds. A very unusual quality for a plant. Historical records include mention of horsetail being used for myriad health issues dating back to Greek and Roman times. So when horsetail is consumed, minerals and unique organic compounds are passed on to us, resulting in a wide variety of health benefits. Some of the active ingredients that make the herbal remedy potent include antioxidant compounds, silica, and phytochemicals that have dramatic effects on the body. Okay. Health benefits of horsetail. I love horsetail. I had some growing. It's actually really cool to grow. It's like straight up stocky grass, and it's kind of got this ring around it, this dark ring around it. And it's kind of like bamboo or cattails or any of those other things. They just grow more. It grows, reproduces by spores. So whenever those things lift off, you just get more and more and more. That's why it's nice if you have like a little pond area or a low area that, that stays moist. Not so, doesn't get burned out by the sun. That would be a good place to have a little patch of horsetail grass. It's antibacterial and antiseptic, meaning that the extract can protect against the invasion of foreign pathogens and substances that can compromise our immune system. Chemtrails, maybe? This is particularly effective when you have been wounded or are recovering from an illness, as infections can be much more severe when they attack an already weakened immune system. Makes sense. Inflammation. If you regularly experience painful swelling and inflammation in parts of your body, whether due to injury, arthritis, gout, or any other condition, adding horsetail tea or supplements to your healthy regimen can be of great use. It's analgesic. Well, an analgesic is like aspirin or any of those other things you take. I like to use willow bark or aspirin. And its anti-inflammatory compounds found in this herb can quickly alleviate the symptoms and get you back on your feet. So horsetail tincture should be in your medicine cabinet. Just saying. Okay, what else do we got? Let's see. Okay, I told you silica was one of the other things that you get from horsetail, and that is one of the rarest minerals needed by our body, and there are very few accessible sources of it in our diet, which is why you can often find it in supplement form. However, horsetail has naturally high concentrations of silicon, which is a key element in protecting bone mineral density and integrity as we age. Oh yeah. If you're at high risk for osteoporosis or already suffer from bone degradation, then adding horsetail to your diet is an easy solution to slow the decline and even reverse it in some cases. Increases cognitive function. Horsetail's antioxidant effects have been linked to higher cognitive abilities in laboratory studies, probably owing to the increase in neural pathway efficiency when free radicals are eliminated from the system. This means that horsetail is not only a brain-boosting herb, but it may protect you from cognitive disorders like Alzheimer's and dementia as you age. So, okay, let's connect dots. Red clover is also one that eliminates free radicals. Did we not read that? The antioxidant. So if you put horsetail and red clover together, you've got double the whammy with the free radical attack agents, like trash men that go in and clean out all that stuff. So but horsetail is powerful. It's a very powerful herb. So I mean, it's funny that, you know, the first thing I ever started using it for was skincare. And then I started really learning more about horsetail, and I was like, what? This is an amazing herb. So I do make it in tincture form. I haven't tried it as a tea. I'm going to try some as a tea and see if I like it. Because if it's not bitter, if it's pleasant, then we could do a horsetail, red clover, yummy cleavers tea for our detox thing. And that would be nice, wouldn't it? Put a little clove in there. Okay. Respiratory relief. Yeah. Skincare. Horsetail extract is commonly found in various creams and organic beauty products as the unique and complex mixture of antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, silica, and other compounds are powerful skincare agents. That's why my 7 Years Young is such a great cream, because it's got everything in it. It's got cayenne pepper, which increases your circulation, and it's got shea butter, and then I put horsetail, and I put horsetail grass, and then I put the oil and the tincture in my cream, and it's just got a lot of really good. It's got clary sage and carrot extract, and it's really good, and your face loves it. It just goes. What else? If you want to reduce the redness of boils or acne, eliminate eczema or psoriasis, or even premature aging, horsetail extract contains all of the necessary components to do that. Helps reverse diabetes. Okay, in the Journal of, Ethnopharmacology, I got that one. There has connected the use of horsetail supplements and tea to more balanced insulin levels in the body, namely in the rapid lowering of blood sugar when necessary. While this is an effective method of diabetes management, you may still have to do some diet correction in order to get your diabetes completely under control. Kidney health, regulating urination and the elimination of toxins is crucial to overall health, and horsetail extract can help achieve that. Connections have been made between increased uric acid elimination, gout, and horsetail consumption. Uric acid is what creates painful kidney stones. I know someone who needs to hear that, which can cause the kidneys to work inefficiently. Therefore, by increasing the natural excretion of this acid, there is no buildup and your kidney health is protected. Uric acid is bad news. And you know what one of the number one offenders with that is red meat. So if you tend to build up uric acid in your body, you need to really watch the red meat. You need to back off. And, maybe once a week. Not every night. It's good for your hair, strengthens your hair follicles. And let's see if there's anything else. No, I guess that's it for horsetail. The other herb, how are we doing on time? Ooh, we're already out of time. Gosh darn it. Okay, so let's stop here and let's talk about our detox camp. This has been a really good idea. So what we're thinking is, I would like you to, if you want to be a part of the detox camp, what I would like to do is I'd like to do it towards the end of the month or the first part of March. I'm trying to get a little bit closer to the next full moon. Let's see, when is the next full moon? I can't look it up because, I can look it up on my computer because I'm on my cell phone. Moon phases. Let's see what we got. Right now, all right, so when's our next full? We either want a full moon or we want a new moon. And Since I will be in Idaho on the 9th, that's the new moon. So let's look at when the next full moon is. Looks like the 24th. So, what day is that? What day is the 24th? Anybody? Look it up real quick. That weekend would probably be the best. I mean, I'm assuming that a weekend is preferable for everyone over the weekdays. For me, it's perfectly fine either way. I can do it during the week or week. Okay, so that full moon is on a Saturday. So if we went from, thank you, Charlotte. If we went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with our detox camp, we would actually get the most benefit because we could get rid of some parasites as well as some other things, along with, just detoxing our bodies and getting rid of all the other stuff. So let's slate it for, what did I say that was? February 24th. I'm going to write that down. And so we'll do 23rd through the 25th. And this is my thoughts, and you guys can tell me what you think. I'll set up a detox kit on my website. It'll just be easier for you. If you want me to do this, I will. With a variety of things that you'll need, and it'll just be like small bottles of everything, just enough for the 3 days. If you guys wanted to do more later, then we can, you can get it from me later. But I'll get you the amount that you would need for the 3 days of various teas and tinctures and whatnot. Then starting, I'll probably Thursday night, I will send everybody an email. So what I need from you is I need all of you to email me. So I have your emails and say, yes, I want to be part of the detox camp. I'm not charging for the camp, but I will have the kits available on my website, so you can just order a detox kit and have everything you need. I'll also list in the email I send back to you what I'm putting in the kit. If you want to obtain your own, do your own thing, that's fine too. It'll just be nice to have everybody. Let's just do it together. So then we will, Friday morning, so Thursday night, I'll send you an email, and I'll maybe do a quick little Facebook Live thing just to say, okay, guys, here we go. This is what we're going to do first thing in the morning. This is and I'll just do some little videos throughout each day to coach you. And then also I will send you emails to let you know maybe what you should be expecting, and you can email me back and say, okay, here's what's happening in my body, this is what's happening, is this and we will correspond that way, because that way everybody has access to their cell phone or whatever, and they can check their email, or they could email me quickly, and I could get back with you easier than trying to just like do a set time where we do something like this. And then Sunday when we're coming off the detox, we'll meet again. Maybe what I might do is I might do a Google Meet. I'll send you a link, and we'll all be together on a Google Meet. We can talk about how we feel, what's going on, and then also coming off the detox, what to do on Monday. Okay, you're not going to go ramming right back into Chinese food and burgers. Okay, so we'll talk about transitioning out of the detox and back into the real world, and we can do that as a Google Meet on Sunday night. So if that sounds good to you, and that's sounds like what you want to do, then between now and today's the 1st, the 10th, okay, I'll give you till the 10th to email me, sign up for the camp, and I'll get the kit together and get that on the website. preferably before I go, but I don't know if I'll have time. I might have to do it while I'm gone. But either way, thanks. Thank goodness we have technology and I don't have to be any particular place to get it done. So I will put together the kit and the list, and you will email me at wendy@crookedhouseherbals.com. Okay? Wendy@crookedhouseherbals.com. WENDY@crookedhouseherbals.com. And say, yes, I want in, and then I will have your email. And once I get your email, then I'll send everybody else out an email and a list, and we'll start putting it all together. And then block off the 23rd to the 25th as your detox weekend. And kind of, I don't know, if you can keep from having to do anything major, it's probably a good idea, but I know all of us have lives and it may or may not work that way. You'll just have to suck it up and plow through, right? But if you can have some downtime and rest time and, kind of really experience it, it'll be good, because then the next time you'll know what to do, right? So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be neat, and it'll be close. Like I said, it'll be full moon time, so we can get some black walnut in there, and we can do, we can take care of some parasites, and we can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm giving it till the 10th for people to sign up, because not everybody may be watching right now. They may watch in a day or two, and they want to be a part of it. So anybody that wants to be a part of our virtual detox camp, needs to email me, wendy@crookedhouseherbals.com. So I have your email address. Tell me, yes, sign me up. It is February 23rd through the 25th. And then I'll send you out a notice and let you know when the detox camp kit is up on the website. And you guys can get that ordered and get your stuff ready. Or, I'll also send you the list in case you want to acquire your stuff on your own. It's totally fine. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. But either way, it's going to be great. And we're going to start healthy. So I'm excited about that. And there was one other herb I wanted to talk to you about a little bit, but I will put it on the list for next time. Now, just remember, next week, I will do a little video thing and let you know where I'm at and what I'm doing. And it might be that our time together will either have to be a little later, or I might just have to skip it. Because I'm going to be at my mama's, and we're going to celebrate her 90th birthday. And she is on no medication, guys. And the doctors told her when she was in her 30s that she'd never see 50. She was born with one kidney, one adrenal gland, gallbladder upside down and backwards, one ovary. She's had a really interesting life. And she is now 90. And plays Mexican Train in Aggravation 3 or 4 days a week with her little friends. And eats well and gets around. She's got a cat she takes care of, and I'm really proud of her. So we're going to celebrate my mom on the 9th, and so I'm not sure that, that's on a Friday, but the Thursday before, I don't know for sure what we're doing as a family. So I'll just let you know, and if we can make it a little bit later, then we'll do that, or even a little earlier. Maybe. I'll just let you know. And if you can hop on, and we'll cover this last herb that I wanted to talk to you about. And if you've got any questions or things you want me to talk about, you can either email me at wendy@crookedhouseherbals.com, or you can message me on Facebook, on Crooked House Herbals Facebook. Or if you've got my phone number, call me or text me. All right? Okay, guys, God bless you. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather if you've got good weather. And I will see you soon. Blessings.